Adam Neumann grew up on a kibbutz in Israel, a communal farm where everyone shares everything. No private property, no individual wealth, just community. Remember that. It becomes ironic later. After serving in the Israeli Navy, Neumann moved to New York City in 2001 with almost nothing. He bounced between ideas. Baby clothes with built-in knee pads. Didn't work. Collapsible high heels for women. No. The guy couldn't catch a break. But Neumann had something that no failed product could take away from him. Presence. People who met him described it almost like a spell. He was impossibly tall, impossibly charismatic, and impossibly confident. He could walk into a room and make you believe you were about to change the world together. In 2010, Neumann and his architect friend Miguel McKelvey had a simple observation. Office space sucked. It was boring, expensive, and lonely, especially for freelancers and small startups. What if you made it cool? Open layouts, free beer, a community vibe, a place where you actually wanted to go to work. They called it WeWork. And look, the idea was solid. Co-working spaces existed before WeWork. But Neumann didn't just want to rent desks. He wanted to build a movement. And that distinction, between a real estate company and a tech spiritual revolution, is where this whole story goes sideways. WeWork grew like absolutely nothing before it. By 2014, 4 years in, they were valued at $5 billion. By 2017, $20 billion. They were opening locations so fast that employees joked the company ran on Adam time, which meant yesterday. And the culture? It was intense. Company-wide summer camps with headline musical acts. Mandatory tequila shots at all hands meetings. Employees didn't just work at WeWork. They believed in WeWork. It had the energy of a tech startup, the loyalty of a cult, and the growth rate of a virus. But the real rocket fuel? A man named Masayoshi Son, the CEO of SoftBank and the head of the $100 billion Vision Fund, the largest technology investment fund in human history. Here's a detail that should terrify you. Son visited WeWork's headquarters. Neumann gave him a 12-minute tour. 12 minutes. And Son reportedly said, in a fight, the crazy one wins. He told Neumann the problem wasn't that WeWork was spending too much. It was that they weren't spending enough. Then he wrote a check. $4.4 billion. Later, the total SoftBank investment would balloon past $10 billion. Let that sink in. The man with the biggest checkbook on earth met Adam Neumann for 12 minutes and essentially said, go faster, go crazier. So Adam did.
Dropping too fast.
We're losing everything. Sell it now. Get me out of the market.
It's dropping too fast.
We're losing everything. Sell it now. Get me out of the market.
It's dropping too fast.
We're losing everything. Sell it now. Get me out of the market.
It's dropping too fast.
We're losing everything. Sell it now. Get me out of the market.
It's dropping too fast.
We're losing everything. Sell it now. Get me out of the market.
It's dropping too fast.
We're losing everything. Sell it now. Get me out of the market.
It's dropping too fast.
We're losing everything. Sell it now. Get me out of the market.
It's dropping too fast.
We're losing everything. Sell it now. Get me out of the market.
It's dropping too fast.
We're losing everything. Sell it now. Get me out of the market.
It's dropping too fast.
We're losing everything. Sell it now. Get me out of the market.
It's dropping too fast.
We're losing everything.
What happened next was swift and brutal. The board turned on Neumann. By the end of September, he was forced to step down as CEO. The man who had been untouchable, who had the board structured so he could never be removed, was gone in a matter of weeks. WeWork was now bleeding out. Without the IPO cash infusion, they couldn't sustain the burn rate. SoftBank stepped in with a rescue package, but not out of kindness, out of survival. They'd already poured in billions and couldn't afford to let it die entirely. Then came the layoffs. Over 2,400 employees, gone. The summer camps, the tequila, the do what you love signs. All of it felt like a cruel joke to the people cleaning out their desks. The valuation? From $47 billion at its peak to roughly $8 billion after the SoftBank bailout. And even that was generous. The company that was going to elevate the world's consciousness couldn't even keep the lights on. WeWork limped along for 4 more years under new management, trying to restructure, trying to survive. It went public through a SPAC deal in 2021, briefly valued at $9 billion. But the math never worked. The long-term leases, the short-term revenue, the massive debt. In November 2023, WeWork filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The company that was once worth more than Ford was now essentially worth zero. And Adam Neumann? Oh, you're going to love this. When the board ousted him, his exit package was, and I genuinely wish I was making this up, approximately $1.7 billion. That included a $500 million credit line, $185 million in consulting fees, and the buyout of his shares. The man who drove the company into the ground walked away a billionaire. The employees who believed in his vision walked away with severance packages and LinkedIn updates. And in 2022, Neumann announced a new startup, a residential real estate company called Flow. Its pre-launch valuation from Andreessen Horowitz, $350 million. Before it had a single customer. Because in Silicon Valley, failing upward isn't a bug, it's a feature. So what do we learn from the WeWork saga? Lesson 1. Narrative is powerful. Adam Neumann convinced some of the smartest investors on the planet that a company leasing desks was a technology platform that would reshape human consciousness. And they bought it. Not because the numbers added up, but because the story felt right. Lesson 2. Growth is not a business model. WeWork grew faster than almost any company in history. But growth without profit is just burning money with style. And when the music stops, there's no chair to sit in. Lesson 3. The system is complicit. This wasn't one crazy founder fooling everyone. VCs needed the hype to justify their fund returns. Banks needed the fees from the IPO. The media needed the story. Everyone was incentivized to keep the illusion alive, right up until they weren't. And maybe the biggest lesson? The same charisma that builds empires can destroy them. Adam Neumann's superpower, making people believe, was also the thing that prevented anyone from saying wait, does this actually make sense? The next time someone tells you they are not just building a company, they are elevating the world's consciousness, maybe ask to see the spreadsheet first.